How's it going, guys? Hope you're good. Today's video, I wanted to touch on something that I'm always saying in the gym to the fighters. There's a couple of things I wanted to touch on, and I stumbled across this video over the weekend whilst doing a bit of study, and it's one of my favourite fighters. It's Bernard Hopkins. Reason Bernard Hopkins is one of my favourites is because, you know, how disciplined the guy was. His style, he said he made his style for longevity in the sport. He said he wasn't as naturally talented as people like Roy Jones and James Toney, so he had to make up for that in different ways. One of the ways he made up for it was his dedication, his discipline was second to none, really is. If you're a young fighter, Bernard Hopkins is one of the fighters you should be watching 100%. He's such a great role model for young fighters to base their style on, and also, as I say, the discipline was just, and it's not literally for 1 year, 2 years. This guy was, you know, world champion at nearly 47 years old, so that's testament to him and his discipline. The reason I wanted to touch on the video is because, again, as I said, it's something that I always say in the gym to the fighters, and it's one thing coming from myself, but then when you see a world champion saying this, hopefully this will help my fighters and other fighters out there to develop. The first thing is changing your look, especially when you're on the jab, because you get so many fighters in the gym, they're just boom, 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 the same thing all the time. If you see in this video, it's something that I'm always saying as well. I'm like, don't just jab there, you know, jab, there, roll under, there, then double the jab. And then it's not just also changing the jab, the look from the jab, like, so I'm tilting here and then I'm throwing here, or coming here, throwing here. What I'm looking for as well is changing the tempo on my jab, okay? So I don't want to just be throwing boom, boom, same thing all the time. I might touch, bam, snap one in. Touch, bam, stab one into the body, yeah? I might be boom, boom, slow, bam, 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 three quick. It's all about changing that look. Don't become too comfortable. Make sure that your opponent keeps guessing all the time. They don't want to, if your opponent gets used to your rhythm and your timing, then that's sort of like a bad position to be in. So changing your look is so important, especially on that jab, and it all comes from the jab as well. So that's the first thing. And the second thing he touches on here is outworking your opponent. So he said, if they throw one jab, I'm throwing two. So one, bam, bam, I'm coming back to two. And that's what I always try and say, especially amateur boxing in particular. You can't let your opponent be busier than you. You have to be outworking your opponent. That's why I say, if they're throwing two, you throw three, yeah? Especially in them 50-50 duels. And then I like to call it resting on the jab. So if I'm like, bam, 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 straight away, I'm back on my jab, yeah? Because the judge is just looking, they're seeing something going on. It's a bit hard to judge who got the better of that duel. Then all of a sudden, pop, pop, okay, that fighter's on their jab. Their head's gone back, bam, red corner. It's simple things like that. It's very fine lines in amateur boxing of sometimes who gets the nod, who doesn't get the nod. So make it easier for yourself. One, keep changing your look on the jab. Two, be busier than your opponent. And what I say is the third one, he doesn't talk about it on this one, but I like to call it, it's what I call resting on the jab. So rather than waiting here and just maybe even fainting and looking at my opponent, I'm just resting on, bam, bam, resting on that jab, bam, bam, that lead hand's coming out. All the time I'm being active with that lead hand, okay? That is really, really key for one, your development, and two, if you're going to win these fights, especially as amateur fighters. Same thing goes for the pros. You want to be busier than your opponent, keep landing that lead hand. Again, how often in the fight does it come to 50-50s? You want to be winning that, winning the rounds at range as well, off your jab, off your 1-2s, keeping things simple. Here's the video next of Bernard Hopkins explaining it. I hope this has helped. I hope you get something out of it. And if you've got any questions, drop me a message and I'll be happy to explain in further detail. Remember, like, subscribe and share if you can, please, guys. Cheers.
How many times have we seen Bernard Hopkins cut?
No, not once. Not once out of 50+ fights.
How many times have we seen him on the canvas? Not too many.
A couple of times out of my whole 20-something year career.
How many times have we seen him knocked out?
None. Absolutely none. Not even hurt.
Why? Defense.
One is because I can duck pretty good, and the second because of defense. That plays a part. And you know, defense is a good offense. Offense is a good defense. Hit and not get hit is the name of the game.
So a boxer's jabbing at Bernard Hopkins.
I'm jabbing back. I'm jabbing back. I'm jabbing back. I'm jabbing back.
Every time
he throws the right hand, so I'm jabbing back. I'm here. Then I'm blocking. So I'm constantly jabbing. Jab, jab. I'm jabbing with you. Jab, jab. I'm jabbing with you. 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 Then I'm hit. See, I'm here. Then I'm there. So every time you jab, I want to jab twice. Jab once. Pop, pop. Jab 2 times. Pop, pop, pop. Either you're going to stop jabbing or we're going to be jabbing, setting each other up with shots, and it's going to be a great fight. Because you know you got a jab to keep me off you. I got a jab to keep you off me. So that's when it becomes now the
left jab.
Yeah, exactly.
Give us and why is it so important?
Well, it sets other punches up, and it also keeps your opponent off balance.
And give us an illustration of you, because you throw a different variety of jabs.
Yes, I throw jab up, I throw jab like this, I throw jab to the body, I throw jab just to get in position to throw the right hand and left hook to the body. But I constantly want to keep that jab in your face, on your body, whether it's up or down, to keep my shots clear and keep them straight and precise.
You use the left jab not only as a measuring stick, but you mentioned to the shoulders, to the body. You also use it to hurt and to break down. Give us an illustration of why you throw to the shoulder and what you're trying to accomplish.
What I'm trying to throw to the shoulder is I'm trying to either knock your shoulder out of place. I'm trying to either knock you off balance. It's more like punch you back and then line you up with the right hand. The jab also gives you that weight. It keeps you out, and then I throw the right hand. So I want the jab to touch you at all times. Even if I'm not trying to commit the jab, I'm touching you, then boom, then right here.
You know,